Good morning and welcome. It's Corporate Governance Platform brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburio. ICSAN is a leading recognized professional body in Nigeria that's dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. And today on the program, we want to look at the concept of balance of skills and diversity on the board. But first, let me say happy May Day to everyone that is listening to us this morning. With me in the studio, our guest is Mr. ONYEKACHI Uko. FCIS is member of the Finance and General Purpose Committee. Good morning, Mr. Uko.
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning, ICSAN members, and good morning, listeners. Happy May Day.
All right, thank you for joining us right here in the studio. Also here in the studio is Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning to you, our guest, Mr. ONYEKACHI Uko, FCIS. All our listeners, good morning to you. Happy Workers' Day.
All right, we're going to take this message and we'll be right back.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, ICSAN definitely the hub of governance professionals. All right, as I said earlier, we're looking at the concept of balance of skills and diversity on the board. And our guest is Mr. ONYEKACHI Uko, FCIS. All right, Mr. Uko, let's begin this way. You know, the code referred to two terms as necessary in board composition. We have a balance of skills and diversity. I want you to please expatiate on these terms.
All right, thank you. A successful company is headed by an efficient board. The board is the highest governing organ of a company. The board is exercise oversight and control over management to ensure that management acts in the best interest of shareholders and other stakeholders in the company while sustaining the prosperity of the company. In answering your question, let me use this analogy. For example, you want to make a pot of soup. There are ingredients you need. You have salt, you have water, you have a crayfish, you have a bomo chicken or meat.
It sounds like you make a good cook.
Yes. So you need all these various ingredients. Now, you cannot, because water is important, you just fill the pot with water. Or salt is important, you fill the pot with all the salt. That will be havoc. Maybe the meat is very good. You now complete the pot with meat. So in looking at board's case, we are looking at the competencies, the knowledge, the experience that board members bring to assist the company in its operations and provide strategic direction. So that is what we mean by skills, looking at the competence, the knowledge, and the experience they bring. And when you talk about diversity, What is in a simple nutshell means board members being different from one another. You can have a board where they are all journalists. Have a board where they're all lawyers. Have a board where they're all accountants. There has to be a mix. That's be a balance of all the human resources that make up the board. So that is what we mean by board skills and diversity. Yes.
All right, great. Now, this the notion of board structure and composition is so important in the context of corporate governance. I want you to expatiate on the why it is so important.
Yes, it is important because if a board gets it right, they have more thoughtful decision-making process, and that will also help to the success of the company to ensuring that prosperity is maintained. That is why it is very important.
All right, can there be a recommended ideal size or specification for a board structure that companies may adopt?
Well, every company has its own needs and its own needs. The code does not recommend a specific size for a board, but it mentions the word sufficient size. So the company has to look at the size that will meet its needs. For example, you have to have a pool of board members where you can have a mix of knowledge, competence, diversity, and experience. You also have to consider that there are board committees. So you have to have a size where you can draw up enough sufficient members to serve in the committees. The board members cannot serve in all the committees. There has to be a size that the director can serve here, they can serve the other place and all that. Then also, there's also the need to form a quorum. When the board size is small, it may be difficult at times to form a quorum. Then you also have to look at a size whereby you can have executive directors, non-executive, and independent directors. So the company has to choose a size that fits its level of operations.
Okay, and what are some specific advantages if an organization gets its board composition and structure right?
Yes, like I mentioned before, if the composition and mix is right, it means the company will be successful. Then it means that better decisions are taken that will help the company in meeting its operations and providing strategic directions to the company. And the word strategy comes from the Greek word strategos. It has two things, two components, which is army and to lead. So it translates directly to military general.
Okay.
So it means that every director of a company is a general leading the war. I know in the army, you succeed if you have a good strategy, if you have a superior strategy to that of your enemy. Mm-hmm. So that is why it is very important.
All right. There is what we call shadow directorship. What does it mean, and why does the code prohibit it?
Yes, a shadow director is a person that performs the duties of a director, but is not listed as a director or appointed as a director. The code in Principle 2.10 actually prohibits the use of shadow directors. The reason being that they want a situation whereby the decision of a company is not dominated by any one person or a person who's not even a director in the first place. Yes.
All right. Now, what's the reason for the code recommendation that prospective directors should disclose memberships on other boards, and current directors should notify the board of prospective appointments on other boards?
Yes, it's because of two things mainly. One, the board has to be sure that a director will even have time for his own business. Okay. Because if you are a director in 1,000 companies, it will be physically challenging for you to meet up. You have to be sure that one, you have the time to even perform the jobs. You have the time to devote enough resources to serve on committees and perform other assignments for the company. And then two is to avoid the conflict of interest.
Great. Now, what advice do you have for corporate entities on the issue of board composition and structure?
Well, I think that they should look at their operations and they choose a board that will fit them. But in doing so, they should avoid a station where the members of the board are chosen for other reasons instead of considering issues of knowledge, competence, and experience. Because if the right persons are chosen as directors, the company will most likely be successful. But where people who are chosen are not the right persons, the thing is that the company may eventually have corporate governance issues, which may lead to collapse. So I think they should at least choose a board that will serve the interests of the company, that will choose a board that will provide directions that will help the company to discharge its responsibilities.
All right. Now, what role can ICSAN training department play for organizations who need consultancy services on board composition and structure?
Well, they can they can help in providing a board evaluation services, which by the code recommendation it should be annual. They can do that, provide a board evaluation services. Then again, they can provide training to directors. Maybe from time to time, they can provide training. Then again, there's this suggestion I'm looking at for our institute. I was thinking that perhaps whether there's a possibility, they can create a pool. We have the resources, have the accountants, the lawyers, other professionals. What we can create a pool where we have people who are fit to serve in boards, especially as independent, non-executive directors. We can create a pool whereby we can market to companies that have people who can serve on their boards as independent, non-executive directors. Yes.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Mr. ONYEKACHI, UCO FCIS. All right, Mr. Ketefe, I'm sure we have an announcement.
Thank you very much. Before the announcement, let me quickly add to what Mr. ONYEKACHI UCO said concerning consultancy service of ICSAN.
Of ICSAN, yes.
The institute has a very dynamic training department that organizes training in virtually all issues in corporate governance. So many organizations, many companies have contacted the institute, even for specialized training for their directors and top management staff, and they have all been satisfied.
Great.
Now let me go to the announcement. The announcement we have for our listeners today is on ICSAN Professional Examination, June 2024 diet. This is to inform all ICSAN's current and prospective students that the registration for the June 2024 diet of the ICSAN Professional Examination, which closed yesterday, April 30th, 2024, has been extended till May 10, 2024. Those who are here to register can take advantage of this extension to register. Please note that after the expiration of this extension, there will be no further extension. So for all kinds of inquiry related to ICSAN Professional Examination, please call Yinka on 080-6589-7280. For all kinds of inquiry related to ICSAN Professional Examination, please call Yinka on 080-6589-7280. Thank you very much for listening. Happy Workers' Day once again.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kadi Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. In like manner, we thank Mr. ONYEKACHI UCO, FCIS, Member of Finance and General Purpose Committee, ICSAN. Thank you for joining us on Corporate Governance Platform.
Thank you very much,
All right, that's how we'll wrap it up. The media edition, Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. We'll be back again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m. on a fresh edition. I am Funmi Omoburio. Enjoy the rest of the day.